5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program. Is your host of About Space, David Denault.
Welcome, and thanks for joining me today. Last evening, NASA announced that it was delaying Wednesday's launch of 4 astronauts to the International Space Station due to what they said was a minor medical issue. No further details were released. The space agency said the Crew 3 would be launched no earlier than this Saturday, November the 6th. Don Meyer will join me with a report on the Crew next, as America and the world is listening to About Space Today. Are you ready to fly away on a dream vacation? For cruises and all-inclusive resort vacations, call D&D Cruise and Tours at 877-747-8631. That's 877-747-8631. And see us on Facebook, D&D Cruise and Tours, where your dreams become a reality. Welcome back. Reporting from Cape Canaveral is Don Meyer, our Space Coast news editor. Don, for some of our listeners who might not be familiar with Crew 3, how about introducing them?
This is the 5th Crew Dragon spacecraft flight with astronauts and will carry 3 NASA astronauts, Raja Chari, Kayla Barron, and Thomas Marshburn, and 1 European Space Agency astronaut, Matthias Meyer, to the International Space Station to join Expedition 66 and begin a 6-month expedition aboard the space station. Here are a few of their duties.
Raja Chari is commander of the Crew Dragon spacecraft and the Crew 3 mission. He is responsible for all phases of the flight from launch to re-entry, and this will be his first space flight. Tom Marshburn is the pilot of the Crew Dragon spacecraft and second in command for the mission. He is responsible for spacecraft systems and performance. This mission will be his 3rd visit to the space station, and he joins a short list of distinguished flyers who have launched on 3 different vehicles. Kayla Barron is a mission specialist for Crew 3. As a mission specialist, she will work closely with the commander and pilot to monitor the spacecraft during the dynamic launch and re-entry phases of flight. This will be her first space flight. And Matthias Meyer will also serve as a mission specialist for Crew 3, working closely with Raja Chari and Tom Marshburn, and this mission will also be his first space flight.
Now, one of the things that the crew recently got to do was to name their Dragon capsule. Here's Raja Chari to explain the name that they chose.
So first off, we probably need to let people know we can stop calling it Capsule 210, which is the serial number for our SpaceX Dragon, and we can let people know the crew's come up with the name of the vehicle, which is Endurance, and it speaks to us on a number of levels. First off, just a tribute to the tenacity of human spirit as we push humans and machines farther than we ever have, going both to stay in extended stays for low Earth orbit, opening it up to private companies and private astronauts, and knowing that we'll continue our exploration to go even further and continue. And also a nod to the fact that development teams, the production teams, the training teams that got us here have endured through a pandemic. And then, of course, just the fact that we are going to reuse this vehicle. So one of the really cool things about the SpaceX Dragon is we'll be the first ones to use Endurance, but it won't be the last time it's used. It's going to be used many times by many missions, and it'll continue to support long-duration space flights, just like the one Mark Vande Hei is doing up on the space station, where he'll eventually become the longest-duration human from the U.S. to be up on the space station towards the end of our mission. And then also a nod to Captain Shackleton, and just the amazing story of the original Endurance. So we're proud to carry on that namesake and excited to get to fly an Endurance.
Don, if they plan another early morning launch, where will you be?
I'll most likely actually be watching it from my driveway in Cape Canaveral, Florida, since I have a great view as the rocket rises north of my house over my garage.
Be sure to listen this Friday with Don Meyer on America in Space, with a launch update for a go or no-go for Saturday launch. And follow us on Facebook for space news updates at aboutspace.tv. today. And our Tuesday shout-out goes to Colorado Springs, with its many listeners who enjoy our weekly programs. And to all our friends and listeners around the globe and here in the U.S., thank you for listening. I'm David Denault, and this has been About Space Today.